Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. Last episode, I don't remember. I pretty much just fought May and I got a bike, and then there was like 20 minutes of filler in there of just fighting trainers. But I didn't heal my Pokemon in between episodes, so we're just doing that. And right away we'll be taking on the gym, but first, the gym has been blocked by Wally, who, if you remember from the first episode, we watched him catch a Ralts with Zigzagoon that my dad lent him. My dad works at Nintendo. He works at the Petalburg gym area. But yeah, he's gonna fight us with a, I don't know, level 16. Right? What is it? It's still just the Ralts. Yeah, level 16. And I think we just take it out in one hit, right? But for Ember, nice and super effective. No, it isn't. It's not super effective. What am I doing? Yeah, so it's gone. Goodbye, Ralts. Dot 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 dot. Oh, I didn't catch those last words. Dot dot. Yeah, so, you know, Wally's just gonna mope around like the fucking pussy ass bitch he is. His circle ass hand nubs. Yep, so anyways, we're going right into the gym. It's an electric type. I think I mentioned that earlier, an episode or two ago. And so we got this guy. He's a rocker. This is a guitarist. Kirk Cameron. I don't know who Kirk Cameron is, but that's the name I came up with. Yep, so he's got an Electrike, which is the, like, literally only electric type Pokemon in the early games that's viable. Otherwise, you can wait to get like a Pikachu after the 6th gym, or a Chinchou after the 7th gym. Yeah, but we're just gonna be boosting up Combustions at your level and stats and whatever a lot this current gym, just because Magnemites are very rampant and they're only weak to my Combustion out of my entire team because they're immune and resistant to Gulpin, and they're just resistant entirely to Shroomish. So yeah, now we got this guy. He probably has a Zigzagoon, let's be real here. Youngster Ben. And if the sound sounds a bit different for my audio, I decided to open the door in my room this time because when I sit in my room and just like record audio and whatever, like my nose gets really runny because my room gets warm from just like my body heat, and I guess me just talking is creating some energy for warmth and whatnot. But and I also close my window because I don't want like outdoor noises coming in, and I don't want neighbors hearing me. Even though my neighbors don't really come by the window too often. They're probably at work, let's be honest here. But regardless, I don't know. So it just gets warm in here. And a lot of the time I have to like stop the audio just for me to blow my nose because it's just getting runny, and then you don't want to hear me sniffling after a while. And sometimes I have to like edit those sniffles out if they're loud enough. But yeah, so the door's open. Hopefully the phone doesn't ring. I mean, if it rings, you'd still probably hear it, but now it's just going to be a lot louder. But yeah, like, flashback shout out to my first the first video on my old channel when I think I did like 3 videos in one recording session. And the phone rang like twice during that like 40-minute stretch. And also my dad just decided to take a shower too. So, yeah, what a day. It's so weird because like when you're younger, you don't get embarrassed as much by stuff. Like, so, like I'm totally fine with like talking to nobody in front of a camera while playing a game when I'm 12 or whatever. I don't remember how old I was. I think I was a bit older than that. But nowadays, I'm just like, yeah, I'll wait for everyone in the house to be gone for me to talk to nobody. I don't know, I'm not socially inept, it's just like, I think it's awkward, I don't know. Like, I don't think I get an anxiety, but I totally probably do. I'm just really good at hiding it or something. Like I don't really get mental breakdowns. Like, last week at work, I was probably in the middle of a mental breakdown, but I didn't know it at the time. But just like when, like at work, like we didn't have any closers scheduled. It was Mother's Day. Like no closers at the registers. Like, I mean, I was a closer at a register, but someone in a different department called in, so then I got thrown into that department. Just so like we can get out of the store at a quote-unquote reasonable time. But we got out like 2.5 hours after we were supposed to close, which is really bad. Like even on like December nights, because like December's always really bad. Like usually it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours you'd get out. But I mean, the store was just bad. Like, we usually have like more people working on December December nights. But yeah, and then I'm sure like it was getting like on everyone's nerves. But not only was I like closing in a department I wasn't working in, but also I kept getting customers like run into me asking for help. So for like 3 hours straight, I just didn't work in the department at all. I was just like in limbo. So, and like every time something happened, I was just like screaming to myself, like, fuck. Like if a shirt got caught on another hanger, I was just like, I'm gonna just fucking tear this shirt apart. But yeah, I guess that's a mental breakdown. Also, my feet were just on fire because the night before I worked like 9 hours straight, and then now I'm on like the 9th hour of a second day in a row. And like, I'm usually fine. Like if I work like 8 hours in 2 days, it's fine. But I don't know, something about like those 9th and 10th hours, they just like drag on for my feet. Even though I do wear inserts. So anyways, I'm at the 3rd gym badge, going against a Voltorb right now. I think I beat the first Pokemon already, which was a Magnemite. But yeah, electric types, you know, like really you need to have Combuskin do all the work for the last Pokemon. But we're just trying to get some experience here. Gulpin evolves at level 26, so in 4 more levels he'll be useful. And then Shroomish evolves at level 23, so I think I reached that point in this episode. And that's where Shroomish's entire stats and move pool and direction about it just completely shift. Like, Shroomish is sort of a special attacker. I don't remember its stats offhand. They might be a bit more balanced than I'm leading it on to be. But when it evolves, it will become a physical attacker. But it still has like the grass type moves, but those moves are really weak because the special attack stat is terrible. But here we got Magneton, the last Pokemon, the Gym Leader's signature Pokemon, which it's surprising that it's the signature Pokemon because it's not from the Hoenn region. But I think in Emerald, its signature Pokemon changes to the evolved form of Electrike. I don't remember for sure. Maybe I'm just thinking of the anime. But I get those Leech Seeds, which will be kind of useful. It'll be useful for like 3 turns, but other than that, I think I'm not gonna sack Luingus. Good move. I'm sacking Hydrolo instead, just because you know, free swap. Even though I think I have the, I don't remember if the experience share is still on Gulpin, but more experience to Shroomish, the better. Right now, because Gulpin's at a higher level than Shroomish. So we're getting some nice chip damage through Leech Seed, and then Ember or Double Kick would be a good attack to use. I go for Ember because Magneton has a higher physical defense, and Ember has a special attack, so good to go with that if I could just land an attack. Yeah, get the Ember, and it just does the job in 1 hit. I don't know if it would be a 1-hit kill move, but it does a lot of damage, as we clearly saw there. And with that, we defeat Gym Leader Watson. He's probably like one of my favorite designed gym leaders or characters in the entire series. I don't know, like, he's just like a chubby old, like, funny guy. All he does is laugh all the time. I don't know. But we get the TM for Shockwave, which I will be handing over to Gulpin immediately. Because, I don't know, it's just good. It'll be good to use against Water-type Pokemon and Flying-type Pokemon. And I think there's still a couple trainers with Wingles to fight in this upcoming route that I'll be going into. And I don't know if they have Flying-type attacks yet, but having Shockwave will almost guarantee an insta-kill because Wingles are 4 times weak to Electric. So yeah, that's handy-dandy for me. And then we're going to heal up so I can go into this upcoming route. So I'm going to be going left, which I could totally skip doing for now. I actually could skip doing it entirely. Because after we beat the gym, we are able to go up now. There is an obstacle that we needed the HM Rock Smash for. I haven't picked up Rock Smash yet. But we can clear that up and then just go north. So all these trainers on the left will just be extra experience. I'm putting Sableye into the daycare here, just for why not reasons, I don't know. But, so the way the daycare works, which I don't really need to explain it, but for every step that your character takes, the Pokemon in the daycare will gain 1 point of experience. I think that's how it works. So if you have a Pokemon at like level 1, like you can take 12 steps and then they'll be at level 2. And then if you take like another 50 steps, they'll be at level 3, and then the number will keep stacking up and it gets higher and higher before they gain a new level. So it's not really like an experiment to see like how many levels Sableye will level up after going through most of the game. But it's also just like, why not? I don't know. I could totally put Sableye in the Pokemon PC storage box at this point, but I'll have money by the end of the game to get Sableye out of there, so it's not a problem. And then the daycare's fairly cheap. I mean, it's like it costs $100 to get them out of the daycare, and then it's $100 for every level they learn or gain. So if they go up 15 levels, then you'll be paying $1,600, which is nothing. That's like the price of 8 Pokeballs, I think. I don't remember how much a Pokeball costs. It might be 200. It might be a bit more. But this route has 2 trainers that are in the Pokemon Breeder class that they each have 6 Pokemon, so you'll get a lot of experience going against them. I decided to stay in with Combusken, even though it's a 2-hit kill because Wingull is only level 12. Like the trainers that have 6 Pokemon, but the way to make the battle easier is that their Pokemon are lower levels than everyone else in the route. I wish it was route because, you know, it has the word out in it. But it is route, apparently. Or according to my sister. She's told me like a lot of words are pronounced some other way, and then they actually aren't, and she was just doing it to fuck with me. And because I trusted her, I believed her, and then now I just sound like an idiot. Like, root was the only word like that I can remember offhand. And any other words, they're just a lost memory now. And thus, I don't know. Regardless, we are just racking up some light experience. Yes, I do have the experience share on Luingus because he got all the experience exclusively, so that's how I know. And we got 3 Pokemon left. We're going against a Roselia. I go for Sludge, even though it's going to be neutral damage, but neutral stab boosted damage at that. And we're just splitting up the experience. And we got a Shroomish too. Oh boy. But yeah, just these battles, you know. Jeez, like that was only 82 experience, and we got a Skitty. Good thing I am a female Gulpin because it cannot use Attract on me. Even though this is a one-hit kill, so it did not matter at all. And 82 experience again, interesting. And then this guy, he's a triathlete. It's weird because like you run into these triathlete trainers in this route, and then they just kind of disappear until the very end of the game, where there's just a couple more triathletes. I suppose that's how most of the Pokemon games are. You just find trainer classes in like one or two routes, and then they disappear forever because the preschoolers and the youngsters and the lasses, they're all in the first routes, and then they disappear. And then now we've moved up to fishermen and sailors and tubers, and then we've now moved up to like Poke Breeders and like Pokemon Fan. I don't remember exactly. But we gotta talk to this kid because the air is tasty here. That is the best quote of this game. Of any video game, for that matter. And then what class are you? You're another triathlete. And then we have the bikers too, so... in the next route it's gonna be like... picnickers... and... I think we're starting to get into ace trainers in the next route too. And... yeah. So I guess that's really just how it is, that's normal. But Shroomish is at level 23 now, so we get to learn Headbutt, and we will be evolving after this battle, because we are at level 23 finally, I think. Otherwise, I don't know why we'd learn Headbutt. I wasn't paying attention. What? No, I thought we... I don't know. I was almost certain that Shroomish gets Headbutt at the same level it evolves, but I think it also has a different attack at the same level that it evolves at. So maybe that makes sense. I mean, Shroomish is entirely ahead, but when you see Shroomish's evolved form, you'll be like, oh yeah, I should definitely learn Headbutt. Now we got Bug Maniac Derek here. D-Money in the house. He's got an Nincada and a Dustox, and I think the third Pokemon's a Beautifly. And I've tried using Beautifly in-game, it sucks. Dustox... I could never get my Wurmple to evolve into a Cascoon, so I can never get a Dustox. Oh my god. But Derek has been taken out. All of his Pokemon have been defeated. Oh, and it looks like my gamepad, the battery's going out, so let me grab a charger while the video continues. Okay, sorry about that. And it looks like Chanticleer's taking care of this guy, whatever trainer class he is, and whatever his name may be. And what's your name? Isaac Newton. And then we're gonna bring out Hydro. Just because. Oh, it's one of those guys with the 6 Pokemon, okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go for the Shockwave. Our brand new attack should do instant kill because, you know, level 12 Tailo. And, yeah, I just realized, like, we don't really run into... Never mind. I was gonna say we don't run into Tailo's evolution in this game at all, but we do. I'm thinking that the sprite is a different design because I'm so used to Tailo's evolution being, like, super small in the new games. But it's got a big sprite in these games, but... I don't know why I assumed that its evolution wasn't in the game at all. I guess they're just not super significant, like Tailo is in the early game. But we are so close to beating this guy. He's got a Zigzagoon left. Finishes off with the most common Pokemon on the planet. Yeah, okay. And we are so close to level 23 on Hydro. And, you know, Luingus is getting there. Go for the nice Acro 180 flip hop. And I heal my Pokemon. That's really all there is to do in this town. Like, Wally is in a house somewhere. I don't know what happens in that house, because I don't remember at all. And it leads, there's a cave up top that leads to that Whismur cave. I don't remember the name of it anymore. But if we had the rock smash attack, there's a rock we can destroy, and then there's a guy that will give us the H jump for strength, which we can't use until after the 4th gym badge. But there is another little route here. I decided to show a little glitch here. I don't know if it's a glitch so much, but the trainer can just walk on the ledge, which is bullshit because I can't. And was she Aroma Lady Rose? She's just got that green aroma around her. I don't know. But yeah, we got a Shroomish that dies in 1 hit. Brings Chanticleer down, or up to level 25. Oh, and the Wingus is level 23. Let's go. Okay, Roselia, get him out. What you doing? And then this Roselia should just die to a sludge. Right? Boop. Bow. Okay. Yeah, 1 hit. Oh, it's a crit, so we'll never know. I don't know. I think it's weird that poison resists poison. But whatever. We can learn Encore, which is one of my favorite moves to use just to be a troll in competitive, but in-game it has no use for me. But now it's time for the Wingus to evolve into Brelingus. I don't know. It's designed, like, you just see the silhouette. It looks cool, I guess. I don't know. But it's supposed to be like a kangaroo, kind of. Mushroom kangaroo. Yeah, Breloom, so I can call it by its name. Breloom. He is mostly physical, and then I've already said this all, but Mach Punch will be like the best move to use. I'm gonna get rid of Leech Seed, which I didn't want to. I hesitated on which attack I should get rid of. I'm like, do I really need Bullet Seed? Because it's just been really useless this playthrough. And now I'm gonna get Gulpin in the lead here to get some extra experience. I got like 2 trainers left on this beach here, and then there is a house with 4 trainers inside it up top or above Mauville, and it's like a gauntlet of trainers, which is cool. But I go for Shockwave just to check out the damage because, you know, Sludge will do exactly 0. It does some nice damage for what it's worth. But I'm gonna swap. Oh no, I'm staying in. That's pretty nice. Should be a 3-hit kill. Goes for Thundershock. Man, my nose is running. Like I said, I opened the door to like see if my nose wouldn't be as runny when I record. But like my room is just warm in here. I don't know what it is about it, but like if I just play a video game in here for like 2 hours straight, I don't get a runny nose, but once I start talking and recording and stuff, then I get warm and a runny nose. Even if like my door's open or if my window's closed and stuff, like I don't get it, man. I just don't understand. We're gonna show off Breloom here with our Mach Punch instant kill. It also has a quick animation, which will be very nice, even though this isn't a speed run, but still, just put that into thought. That Mach Punch is going to be a lot quicker than Bullet Seed. So yeah, that's some nice damage. And that is Guitarist Dalton. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the trainer name, so we could see if there was another Benjamin or Ben. But this guy is Fisherman Wade. I only remember that because I made the connection because Ben and Wade. Because in Survivor, there's one player whose name is Ben Wade, or Benjamin Wade. Goes by the name Coach. And I was like, oh, that's cool, there's a Benjamin and a Wade, like, in the same area. Like, oh. But it's too late to find out. I just remember that Isaac guy. I don't remember. Oh, Isaac and Derek. There were 2 other guys in the route to the left, so we'll never know. Yep, so I think I'm gonna heal up, maybe, yep. Awesome, okay. So we're gonna heal up, and then we got a gauntlet of trainers to go through. Even though it's an optional gauntlet, but it's still worth the experience. And it's just a house. I'm trying to... Oh, yeah, I'm getting Rock Smash too, okay. Yeah, so if you go to this house on the bottom right, then the guy will give you Rock Smash. I don't remember what the qualifications are to get it, or if the guy just gives it to you. But this will be useful once, or actually twice, I guess. Like just to break one rock that blocks your path, and then you need to use it until you get to the next cave, which is well, you need Rock Smash for getting the strength or the TM for strength, and then it's not useful until the next cave, which is like after the 7th gym badge. So yeah, they give you like 8 HMs, and you don't really need any of them. Like, I mean, Cut's useless. Flash is optional, and then the rest you do. Fly is optional too, but it's just a pain in the ass to. There's like one point where you can use Fly, or you don't have to, or like you could spend like 40 minutes traveling back and forth. But just get Fly and use it. That's all I'll say. I don't have a Pokemon that can use Fly yet, but trust me, I will. I'm waiting to get my favorite non-flying type flying Pokemon. But yeah, we got this gauntlet here. It's just this house. Like, they kinda, like, I don't remember exactly, but they made it sound like the character Steven Stone, who you met in the cave, that like, this is this is like the house he grew up in or something. I don't remember any of the dialogue in the house, but they made it sound like that, or like, because they're like, oh yeah, our son left and something. But I don't know, because like Steven Stone has a house in a different town, because it's required to visit him later in the game. But I don't know. We got this Roselia, you know, why not? Stupid paralysis and all that junk on me. Can't get poisoned because I'm a poison type, so that's nifty. But the Sludge will be a 2-hit kill. And, well, we're on the wife, so that means this is the second battle of the 4. And she is defeated. And, yeah, this trainer is very strong. Now we're gonna go against the daughter. I don't know how old she is, but she's the last, I think, right? Yeah. Or, no, I'm sorry, Winstrait. Well, they're all Winstraits. Is that their last name? Oh, no. Because, you know, it's a pun on the words win and straight. Like, they don't take any L's. They win after win after win after win. So it's a win straight. But, you know, the Shockwave does some decent damage. And I'm paralyzed. Great. Like, I totally would have gone for a Sludge if it was a fairy type, like in the newer games, but that's not how it is anymore. I'm really glad that they added the fairy types, to be honest. Like, it took a little bit of time to get used to, but like, it made Pokemon I was okay with normally, and I like them a lot more. I don't know, the fairy type's just really fun to use, even though a lot of those Pokemon are bulky or a pain in the ass. But like, I thought Gardevoir was fine before, but then like just added that fairy type. I don't know, it's just more fun to use with Moonblast and whatever. Or Clefable. Clefable got worse, but I never would have used it if it wasn't a fairy type. Marill and Azumarill, I don't use them normally, but I wouldn't be using them at all if they weren't fairy type. It just like made a bunch of Pokemon super useful. That's the way it is. Just buffs everywhere. Oh yeah, Mawile I would not use if that was a fairy type, and they got that Mega Evolution. And I'm sure if I had the Mega Evolution and it wasn't a fairy type, I would use it, but I guess we'll never know. But then its Mega Evolution got banned, but now it's back in the game, but I don't play competitive anymore right now, so that means I could still use it if I wanted to. And then we got this last trainer here, the last Ranma Winstrait, I don't know. But she's got a Meditite, and then so we're gonna use Shockwave after it used Meditate. I don't remember what Meditate does, but useless right now. Goes for a high jump kick. Oh, and it misses. Jeez. The thing about high jump kick is if you miss, you take like 50% of your health or something like that. That didn't look like 50% when it went down, but whatever. Goes for the attacks just to fuck with me, I don't know. And I'm paralyzed anyway, so it doesn't matter. But because I was paralyzed, I could use it again, I think. Or maybe it was the 30% chance. But I just want to win. Lands the high jump kick, but I resisted so I don't die, luckily. I don't know if I would have died if I was the Breloom or the Muskin, but the point still stands, I lived. And that's pretty much it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. Next episode I will be going through a couple routes and getting to a farming town. But yeah, that's it, so feel free to leave a like as well, help the channel grow, and subscribe to get updates on my uploads as soon as they happen, but until then, see you next time.